March 7th, the White House will host a crypto summit where they are going to talk about more cryptos that may be included in the crypto reserve. If you watched yesterday's episode, you know that we have a crypto reserve coming that is going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano already. This Friday, March 7th, they are going to have a summit at the White House. They're going to talk about more cryptos that could be added to this to this crypto reserve. And so I'm very excited about this. I'm very interested in seeing what's going to be included. Keep in mind, okay, these are going to be American-based cryptos. Think about which ones those may or may not be. And remember that Doge is, in fact, an American crypto. So it might actually get added. It might be the one meme coin inclusion. I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm not saying that I have any information beyond what anyone else does. It's pure speculation, but it's American based. It is a great performer. It is completely unregulated, completely uncontrolled. It's totally like free. Nobody really has any control of Doge. It's been, its creators left it be quite a while ago, and it's sort of taken on a form of its own, and championed by Elon Musk. So who has the ear of the president? So maybe I'm not saying it will, but it's interesting to think about. Anyways, this Friday we'll be getting more announcements of cryptos included in the reserve. If you're into trading crypto, you may want to take into consideration some of the cryptos that are American-based and think about, maybe taking a position here before Friday, before that announcement. Because if you looked at crypto yesterday when this initial announcement came out, we were seeing pumps of 30+% on the involved cryptos. So that's pretty exciting. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Okay, let's take a look at the economic calendar for the day. We've got final manufacturing PMI coming out. That's going to be good to see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know if it will be good, but it'll be interesting to see it. It'll be an important data point for the day coming out here in about half an hour. 10 a.m. we got construction spending, ISM manufacturing. This is a big one. The ISM, we want to see that above 50. We want to see it, honestly, I'd like to see it climb, not fall. Falling is bad for us and the types of assets that we like here at Trade Cave. We got one Fed on deck. Auto sales will have some sort of an impact, not a huge one. Last week, we had the ICI money market funds come out. On the 26th, they updated. It actually updated on the 27th, whatever. But we had an increase of $60 billion into these things, $47 billion of that being from institutional buyers of money market funds. Retail increased by $13 billion. We are still sitting on nearly $7 trillion of money just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for clarity, waiting for a signal to to go in on this market. So I'm not saying it'll be all $7 trillion. Obviously, that'd be horribly irresponsible of any of the people managing this money. But one or two, or even a few $100 billion would be significant moves into the market out of money market funds. Okay, so keeping an eye on this. It's still growing. It hasn't really ever cracked any lower than 6.8 trillion in the last several months, even with things going up higher. So we're still watching this thing. All right, CleanSpark. We're going to talk about the miners real quick because they're getting a pop this morning. CleanSpark is up 13.14%. It's up to $9.04 off of a low of $7 on Friday. So if you bought on Friday, you're feeling pretty good today. I did do a custom time frame here, 1,439 minutes. That is exactly 1 minute less than 24 hours. And if I include the extended hours on my chart, I can see the pre-market and post-market moves in addition to the daily move. So that's a little hack there if you want to do that on your trading view. I actually got that from someone that watches the channel. They let me know about that custom time frame, and I'm finally implementing it. Thank you for that, by the way. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we're coming up on the bottom of this resistance here, right on the bottom of this resistance here. We do need to crack this. We need to crack $9. We need to hold it. Honestly, we really need to get above 10. We really need to get above 10 just to get back into this structure here on CleanSpark. Okay. And once we get to 10, we really, really got to get above about 1260. Okay. Once we're above 1260, then we got to fight our way to 15. Once we're to 15, we got to fight our way to 18. Once we're to 18, we got to fight our way to 21. Basically, we got a big fight ahead of us on CleanSpark. I'm hoping it slices through a lot of these levels, but you can already see that it came off the lows and hit the bottom of resistance, and that's it. It's not pushing any further, and that's giving us a signal that yeah, this thing's gonna have to fight. It's gonna have to fight its way up, and we're gonna be there for that, I guess. Oh, all right. The BX trender is looking good today. I like that. Stochastic is yellow and pointed straight up. Is it green? It's yellow on green. Yeah. RSI is crossing the signal line. These are all good signals. If we can maintain any of this momentum here, I think we're going to be having a good time. Let's take a look at Mara real quick. How's Mara doing? My internet is so slow. At the end here, we're also going to talk about one stock that's going to significantly benefit from all of this crypto reserve talk here when it gets rolling. Let's look at Mara here. Now, we're not going to look at all these. We're just going to look at a select few here that I want to check out for the day. I'd be here all morning, and trading starts in 15 minutes, and I'm not going to be recording while that's happening. Anyways, Mara came, swept the lows of this megaphone, and we went up. We went up 12.21%. We're up to $15. Again, we hit, just like with CleanSpark, we hit the bottom of support. We really need to crush this all the way up to $20. Mara needs to close over $20. Mara has less of a fight than CleanSpark. Mara really only needs to clear $22, and it is ready to fly. Whereas, from 15.62 to $22 is a lot less than 9 to 21. So Mara's got a lot less to fight through before it's taken off. But watch Mara, watch it real close. I'm going to be very happy with my calls and my shares on Mara here this morning. It's going to be very nice. I'm going to like this a lot. Yeah, we're breaking this yellow line here. That's great. This trend line here, we're breaking that. That's great. This one is invalid. That one's done. Now we got to come up to 1980, and we got to get above all the moving averages. Once we're above all the moving averages, we have room up to the top of this megaphone, which is right at the in the bottom half of this ascending channel that I've got on the chart here. And then once we crack this yellow line, this yellow dotted line, then we got room basically all the way up to 30 again. So we're watching that on Mara. Let's take a look at IREN real quick. Let's see. IREN is up 11%. It's barely getting up into that megaphone pattern there again, right at the bottom of resistance, like right at the bottom of at least this structure of resistance here. We're getting to the top of this section over here, getting to the top of this section over here, and the bottom of this one right here. Okay. Whoops. So that is what we're looking at with IREN. We're coming up again basically on the bottom of resistance, but IREN really, honestly, IREN really just needs to get above that 200-day moving average, and then these other moving averages, it probably won't have as much trouble slicing through. But we're bouncing off the bottom of this descending channel here. We got room on this descending channel. We really got to crush this orange dotted line here at about $10, $11, $11.20 at the highest. We really need to get above $11. Then we've got room up to about 12, 13. And once we get out of this descending channel, then we got room back up to 16, where I may consider dropping my IREN. We'll see what Bitcoin is doing at that point. But this cup and handle idea, that's done. That's gone. This whole thought of this being a cup and handle, that's over, because we came underneath this section there, and that was too far down. So that's not so good. I keep trying to hit V like I'm using Photoshop. All right. Any others we want to look at? Bitfarms finally got a bid. Kind of. It went up 9.48%. Bit Digital up 8.94%. Okay, Riot's up 10%. Is there anything that's like standing out that's like super interesting? Hut's up 12. Can's up 14. That's pretty exciting. What about Corsi? Corsi's one of the is standing out because it's one of the lower moves. It's only up 4.8%, but it is trying to get above the 200-day moving average. It is getting out of this descending channel that has been in for a little while. This might actually be kind of interesting. I'd still want to see it get above the 50-day moving average before I'm interested, because then we end up with a double bottom where we come in, bottom, and then once we get above this section there, that's that double bottom when we've got room up into the teens again for Core Z. So that would be something to pay attention to for Core Z. So it's not out of the woods yet, but I am interested, and it can fake out a double bottom like it did back here where we went bottom, we closed above it, and then just crashed. So that could happen. That's a pure invalidation of that move, and that would be time to exit if that happens. And of course, you're going to get really wrecked on that exit, but sometimes that happens. Can't always control everything. All right, let's look at crypto real quick. Bitcoin actually did most of the things that we wanted it to do. It came right up to my yellow line there and rejected, so that's not great. We do need to get above this yellow line. That is a serious level. It needs to get above it. It needs to do it this week. So it's got to get above that this week. We really don't want to see this thing come back under $90,000. Otherwise, we're going to be having a rough time. I will say if it goes back up over 100 and then comes back and closes beneath like 93, I'd be looking for the door on that. because it would be signaling to me that it's going to roll over. So we're watching that. We're still watching it. We're still watching it. So it's not quite there yet. But yeah, we came right up to my yellow line, got rejected, which went to the absolute center of this descending channel and then bounced. So if this thing can climb up today and go anywhere positive, that would be an excellent candle there. An excellent continuation to this huge God candle here that we've got from yesterday. So that's great. Solana losing some of that pump that it got. So let me move this back to 1 day now that I'm not looking at pre-market anymore. Solana losing some of that pump. Yeah, came up to the 30-day moving average, dropped a little bit, came exactly to my white line and bounced. So that's pretty interesting to see there how that's working. This could be a retest. And once we close, honestly, above the 200-day moving average on Solana, I think it's all happy days from there. SUI down 7%, XRP down 8%. They're just breathing. ETH down only 6%. Not so bad. These are just breathing after that initial big hole pump. NVIDIA still falling, but the rest of the semiconductors are going nicely. Let's take a look at VRT real quick. VRT still hasn't quite broken our line yet, so I'm not too interested. I want to see it break this line, get above the 200-day moving average, and then I think I'd be interested in VRT for a move back up to into the mid hundreds here. So still watching it. Hasn't really done anything yet, so we're still just watching and waiting. Now let's talk about the one stock that I think is going to do really well off of this news of a crypto reserve. You probably can guess it, and here we go. Coin, the biggest exchange in the United States, who just had the lawsuit against them by the SEC dropped, and look at them. They are up 9% in pre-market. It's hitting the 200-day moving average. It's going above it. We have got room in this descending channel here. In this descending channel, we've got room all the way up to $283 before we encounter any really significant resistance on this way up here off of this great good news. We break this descending channel, and oh boy, we got room up to the highs, up to 343. We take out 343. I mean, that's gonna be pretty good. We take out 343. I'm honestly, I'd have to run a fib. Let's do it. Let's run a fib. Okay, we take out 343 off of this move, and there's the top. All right, so we take out the previous high. Here we're looking at 415 as the next level. We're looking at 456 as the level after that. And then way up here, we're looking at 629 as like a potential blow off top area. So I'm going to leave that on the chart for right now. Once we get out of this descending channel, yeah, I'm looking at it for 350-ish. After 350, low 400s. If we can cross that, mid 400s, if we can cross that, we've got room all the way up to potentially 600 according to the fib. And that's just based off of the low here that we got on, let me scooch over, on November 4th. So that's pretty exciting for coin. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.